Hey everyone, it's been a while. We just had this lunar eclipse in Virgo, blood moon, lunar eclipse, full moon, all the things, right? How are you feeling? I'll tell you one thing. I'm exhausted. I am so tired. For the last 2 years specifically, I feel that I've been dismantling who I thought I was. I've had spiritual awakenings before, but I guess they come in layers and they never end, right? We're always learning, we're always growing, we're always becoming another version of ourselves every moment. But it's been so disorienting for me because I've I'm now more self-aware than I've ever been in my life. But with that comes a lot of loneliness, a lot of, well, you discern more, right? And in discernment, it can be very lonely because you can see through people more easily. I feel personally I've always been able to read people very well, but now with all these tools in my toolkit, discernment, my sovereignty, the way that I analyze things, I'm more strategic, especially with my emotions. I feel that it's just so lonely because so many of us, to feel accepted, we don't realize that there's this program within us that we're like, we got to be like this person or like that so we can feel accepted. And that just comes like with the subconscious territory, I feel, because a lot of the time we don't even realize we're wired that way. So I've been rewiring myself for years now, and I'm still doing it. I wish I can say I'm done. I want to be positive. I always want to be positive, but I also don't want to lie to myself. I am a Scorpio moon. And especially since I have my Pluto conjunct my moon, that is a very, and squaring my Venus, my chart ruler. I just had to add that because it's so crazy. I have a Venus in Leo chart ruler because I'm a Libra Venus. No, I'm not a Libra Venus. I'm a Libra rising. But I still use the same methods to determine things. Like I still use astrology. I just don't obsess over certain details, especially if it's overwhelming my nervous system. So I still am curious, like this Gemini sun that I am, but I'm more discerning with how I implement these things. And it's not a matter of if I don't do it now, it's over with. Because if I train my nervous system to be rushing into this hustle bustle culture of things, for me personally, I shut down. It's never been something that works for me because I am an individual that I take my time because whatever it is I'm creating, it takes time because I put my all into it, my heart, my soul, everything, right? And I've actually found it interesting. There are these videos popping up on my TikTok about like New Earth. I mean, there's plenty of those, but like scenarios and how it would be. Kudos to the person making them because they're just so beautiful. It's so beautiful to see a different perspective of like the structures and systems that we've been living under and just accepting as our truth when most of the time when we dig deeper we realize that's not something we ever wanted to begin with. We never agreed to these structures and a lot of people are aware, but it's like, well, what else can we do? Stay true to yourself. I mean, there are things that we can't move mountains in yet, or we are just by intention alone, right? There's, for myself personally, I've been feeling such a warrior spirit within me, especially since Saturn and Neptune moved into Aries. That's my seventh house. I don't know. I just feel like using my chart as a guidepost of what I'm talking about. But it is, Aries is this fire starter energy, the first sign of the zodiac. So we're starting new systems and structures and cycles, and a lot of us can probably be like, wait a minute, but this is the way I've been doing things all my life. What do you mean that there's a possibility for new ways, new things? And that is why I've also gotten so into quantum, like the quantum mechanics and all that, because it gives me hope. And I know that it shines a light on infinite possibilities. What I've been doing for myself, I know this is a mixed bag video, but part of my journey, what I've been doing for myself is whenever I don't like a situation, I realize, okay, there are different ways that this could have happened, this could have gone. And every time I make a decision now, I am very like, okay, this is going to be like this if I choose this. And I just see so many avenues opening up and so many ways of determining how to take action. And always with discernment, always with my truth, as self aware as I am, because I'm still unlocking parts of my psyche. Because, oh man, I didn't realize how much I blocked, or didn't realize that I was being myself, but under a program that I didn't want to begin with. And then I was asking myself, why, if I'm fulfilling the things I need to fulfill for this to happen, why is it not happening in this way? And it's because my system wasn't my own. So I had to break down everything I knew and everything I was taught as a child, or not taught really, because I've always felt, and I'm sure so many of you feel like the black sheep of the family and stuff. I've always felt so weird for my ideas. So, and many would say, oh, you're ahead of your time and stuff. I'm sure you've heard that if you've been called the black sheep of the family. And it's like, I don't know. I just don't. It's, again, hermitude or solitude, being with yourself, sitting with yourself is important. But me, on a personal level, I want to meet other like-minded individuals. And I'm like, I've been going over in my head, I'm like, how do I make this happen? Do I create a community? What do I do? How, like, and then I go, well, first start by creating more content and just being honest about your raw truth. And I go, okay. But, and then I start second guessing myself. I still have all that happening. I'm not going to even lie to you. I'm too open for that. But I just wish that I understood where I'm going with all this, because I feel like I'm still blind by, like, what am I supposed to do with all these gifts, all these things I feel that I've earned through ancestral work and everything. I've gone through so much in my psyche, and I feel that I've actually gone through so many initiations and things that come up for review, especially during a Mercury retrograde. It's so wild. It's so crazy. But regardless, I'm just doing my very best. I'm just trying to be myself. Not trying, I'm being myself and trying to understand the mechanics of me. It's funny because we always look for answers, like the mechanics or the way that something works outside of ourselves instead of looking within. And it's so hard because I still do the same. I'm like, but if no one else has talked about it, how do I know it's real? Well, it's real because I thought it. It's already real because it's the spark of life. That's why in tarot it's so beautiful, because we have the four suits. We have the wands, we have the swords, the cups, and the pentacles, which is the physical reality. So the spark to something is the wands, the wand suit. And with all the fire happening in astrology right now, it is actually really endearing because it's opening up many possibilities, but it's also closing the doors of who we once thought we were. And everything that I used to like, a lot of the things that I thought I liked, I don't. And I'm like, oh my God, who am I? And I've been going through this deconstruction for more than 2 years, but I didn't realize that that's what was happening. So if you guys would like to talk more about it, or want to hear more about my journey or certain topics, I'm open. I'm really grateful if you listen this far. And back to the scheduled readings in a bit. Take care. I love you all so much. Bye.